the TV out of there. Can't have that TV in there. They don't like that very much. Alright guys, what's going on? It's Sunday night. Not a whole lot happening. So I thought, what the heck, let's just do a little live. Let's just drop in and say hello to everybody and see what's happening tonight. See if there's anything crazy going on in the world. And turn that shit down, right? Alright. Alright guys, hope everybody's doing alright. I am live tonight from Sherwood Foods in, where am I at? Maple Heights. I think it's called Maple Heights. So, you Tyler, good. It's been a month. That's good. Go home, man. Greg's in Pittston. All right, Greg, good deal. I was going to say there's probably quite a few of you tonight who are sitting in a hotel room getting ready to start orientation tomorrow. Guys, I'm sorry for the camera tonight. Hopefully it looks better on your guys' than mine, but that camera just doesn't seem to want to focus. I don't know why. Maybe I just need to throw some more lighting in here. Maybe that'll fix it. I had to turn it. I had it really good, and I had to turn it because of the TV. But anyhow, so no, there's not a whole lot going on. I got up this morning and did my weigh-in and stuff. I made a video on that I posted. And then I went and picked up my load. After I spent an hour and a half at the Blue Beacon waiting to get a washout. So, picked up my load, and now came here. David, it's been good, man. It's been good. Testing out my own truck with Prime after the 4th. Well, really, hey, James, really, there's not a lot of testing. You just got to do a backing test, man. It's on the simulator, and you have like 15 minutes to do one back. So, really, you're just upgrading. Just so you know. Mike, I don't know the answer to that question. They are hiring company drivers out of the state of California. They may be taking students, but they may tell you in advance that you must become a company driver. So, yeah, Warped, it pulls quite a bit. Nice. Grand Island, that's a good place. I've been there a few times. You're over here at the Bosselman there. Has that little Caesars in it. They got good cheesy bread. I can't eat it no more probably, but it'll probably be pretty good. But no, so I thought I would just hang out with y'all and I don't know, just fucking hang out. Do you recommend someone new going company before going lease? I don't think there's anything wrong with it. Here's my new thing. If you're asking me that, I'm going to say yes, go company. So, John's on the list. John, I was wondering about that. You're with David, ain't you? I believe that's the John that's with David. That 30,000 come quick. Y'all did some running because that was a quick 30K. Lots of truck parking at this one. Austin, where you at? Seven weeks? Yeah, you did pretty good then. Oh, you averaged over 4,000. I don't think you guys really went home for more than a day or two, though, did you? Oh, yeah, the Walmart in Grand Island. Okay. I know Lexington's got a big Walmart, too. I don't think I've ever been to the one in Grand Island. How often can someone swing through Houston on a run? I don't know, man. That just depends. It just depends. Yeah, that's my Apple Watch. Yeah, Warren, Julian got his own truck. Julian got a 2020 International. He's on his second load. They actually sent him to Pittston. So Brown actually, they rented a car and sent 3 upgrades. Brown was one of them to Pittston to get their trucks because they didn't have none. No, he went company, Worm. He went company. Says, and he's been diehard company since he got on the truck. And then when I talked to him yesterday or the day before, he told me he's thinking about just running company for a month and switching over to lease if everything goes well. Hopefully, yeah, I don't think too much of that TV's coming in. You can't really see it. Yeah, I mean, the battery lasts a long time, Fred. Like, I don't charge it but every 2 days. Every other night I take it off and put it on the charger overnight. Yeah, Ryan, I saw that. Yeah, I'm not worried about the weight part of it, Ryan. I know how I'm feeling. Yeah, Zach, I go to I've been to Maine a few times. We have a big customer in Easton, Maine. And we also used to have a dedicated fleet out of the Walmart up there in Lewiston. I don't believe we still have that dedicated fleet out of there no more, though. I believe Walmart's took back over. I don't know, or Werner or somebody. I don't think we have it no more. We still go there, but we don't have a dedicated fleet out of there no more. Yeah, Travis, he'll do fine. I think he'll do fine. Brown's biggest thing is just adjusting, guys, to being away from home. Why are they only taking company drivers out of California? Because California passed some state laws that say you can't have independent contractors doing the same work as your company drivers. Period. And that goes for the whole state of California. California passed laws basically banning independent contractors in the whole state of California. And that just doesn't affect trucking. That's across all industries. Geek, I am not doing freaking keto, no. Operate off another load board besides their own internal dispatch. No, they do not, Clarence. Hey, Christy, how are you? As far as Houston goes, I don't get there very much. I believe it was Geek that asked that. Miss Rita! Rita's going to Maine tomorrow. No, Maine's pretty, Rita. You'll like it up there. There's nothing wrong going to Maine. It's beautiful. Where are you going up there? Lewiston? She's probably going to Lewiston. If I had to guess. It's a nice ride. The moose are running right now, though, so be careful up there. Especially at night when you can't see. Yeah, the intermodal fleet, yeah, they're all company drivers, though. Nice, Bones. Nice. So Debbie's in PA. I'm just outside of Cleveland in Maple Heights. When you say regional, was some of that like in your truck overnight, King? Oh, Winthrop, Rita. Rita, it's nice up there. You'll be fine. It's a nice drive up there. I don't know where you're at right now, but it's a nice drive up there. Now, if you got to go through some crap to get up there. My biggest recommendation to anybody who's going way up into that Northeast is, if it's feasible for you, get up on 90. So like Rita, it's probably not because she's already in Pittsburgh. But like if it's feasible for you route wise, if it's like only 50 miles or less more, get your butt up on 90 and run 90 up across there, across New York State, by the Buffalo and stuff, and stay away from all that crap down below. Oh, Ryan, you both sleep in the truck? There's 2 bunks. I got a bunk up top. There's another bunk, man. There's another bed up there. There's 2 beds. You both sleep in the truck? Yeah, hey, King, as long as you got 6 months experience, you're good, man. They got to be able to verify it. But Ryan, no, they do not put, no, you do not get in a hotel. Students sleep in the truck. Thinking about going leash real soon, just think it'd be hard slowly. Your thoughts? Debbie, I don't know. I mean, how long have you been company? Yeah, Travis, I agree. 90's great. I take 90s. Anytime I'm going up into Massachusetts, Connecticut, whatever, I don't fool with all the stuff on the bottom. I find me a way up 90. Yeah, King, you'll be fine then, man. Rita, you talking about logbook? Oh, well, Debbie, you know what you're getting into then. I ran 2,023 miles this week. As of right this second, I'm at my 90. So I have now run 2,023 miles this week. Hub miles, I've run about 2,100. So we'll just call it 2,100 miles. And my revenue is right at just over 3,800 bucks. Okay, I burned 900 in fuel, so that takes me down to 2,900. My fixed costs are 1,350 in this truck. All right, leaves me a net pre-tax of 1,550. I may get another one in on payroll too. Payroll doesn't end until Tuesday at 4 p.m. So I may get another load in. Just have to wait and see. But if I can do that solo every week, I'm happy. Should have only drove 2,000 miles, guys. I didn't kill myself. That's what people don't understand is there's plenty of places I can go and make more money. Hey, Will, it's the trailer. It's the trailer. Oh, Rita, yeah, that's bad. What's going on, Kevin? But we'll treat it all. We'll treat everything like it's 13.6 because it's really damn close. It's like, I think mine's like 13.4 and a half or something. So it's close. Well, when do you go lease then? Correct, Austin. Yeah, and that's what, you know, people in my one video I did of my recap of 2017. I get a lot of crap in that video. You know, there's one today. I'm a company driver. I make $1,400 a week. Yeah, but are you doing that on 2,000 miles or are you doing that on 3,000 plus miles? Okay. You know, that's what it boils down to. Work versus pay. I'm at the Walmart. I hope they don't kick me out. I have no clock. Will, didn't you say you're up in Grand Island? Are you the one in Grand Island at the Walmart? Just closed out a 1,600-mile Texas to PA. I bet you that paid real nice. Texas to PA always pays pretty good. That's usually a pretty good run. Usually. Usually. How's Stefan doing? Stefan's been doing pretty good. Stefan's had some really big weeks. I'm not going to get into the exact numbers of it because that's his business, but Stefan's doing really well. I'll just say that. Yeah, the Laredo, Michigan is a nice run too. It is. Yeah, getting out of PA sucks. It's just the way the loads played out, geek. Didn't bother me none. Yeah, Albert, I think he said he's been going home every 3 weeks or 4 weeks. So Bones is, yeah, Stefan's lease warped. Stefan went lease. And the main reason Stefan went lease is he wants control over that home time. That's the reason, guys, that's the reason I'm lease more than anything. This logo in the main only pays $277. Huh? Rita, wait a minute, where you... That don't make no sense to me, Rita. It should pay more than that. Hey, Austin, honestly, Austin, I prefer the 300 to 500 mile runs. That's what I prefer myself. Hey, Rita, that doesn't sound right to me. I don't know how many miles that is, but that doesn't sound right to me. Not if you're a lease operator. Not going to Maine, because you're going to eat shit coming out of Maine. Erie, PA to Atlanta. Yeah, just go 90 to 271 to 71 to 70 to 75, Debbie. As a student is earning a mileage expectation. David, I always told my students be prepared to drive at least 500 miles a day. Doesn't mean you always will, but 500 was kind of my number for my students when we were teaming. It was also a number for myself. So it wasn't just for my students, it was for both of us. Yeah, Mississippi Holler, so did I. I just come out of Maryland, and I ate a big load of crap. But it paid off. I got this load, so it paid off. Hey, Rita, it may not be routed yet. How many miles is it, Rita? Correct, Austin, yeah. No. Hey, no, Rita, they haven't rated that load yet. They have not rated that load yet, girl. Send them a message and tell them when they get that load rated, you need the updated pay on it. If you're a lease operator. So a lot of times we get loads that get sent that aren't rated yet, which means sales hasn't come in and did the math on it yet and actually figured out how much the customer is going to pay. But we have a set rate, so the customer kind of knows what they're going to pay. So they just go ahead and give it to us and we go, and the customer and sales figures it out. Yeah, Travis, neither do I. But I wouldn't be going to Maine for that. Rita, that's so crazy. That's not even close to right unless you're a company driver. And if If they're telling you that's what the load pays, don't take the damn thing. That load's gonna pay you. I think she said she's in Pennsylvania already or something. Pittsburgh. That load right there is probably going to pay you about $1,800 to $2,000, Rita. Maybe 16, maybe between 15 and 2,000. It's going to be, I would think it's going to be at least $1,500. So, but yeah, sometimes we get loads that aren't rated yet. I would make sure you find out from them. Debbie, you would have to get with your fleet manager. Your fleet manager can do that. Your fleet manager can do that for you. Hey, Debbie, your fleet manager can actually sit there with you and look at what you've been doing and tell you how profitable you could have been as a lease operator. Geek, they do not get paid for the CDL training. The CDL instructional time is no different than going to a truck driving school, right? You would be paying them, they don't pay you. Bones, I don't know. Oh, Seether's? I didn't even see Seether. Oh, there he is. Oh, Seether's upgrading. Seether, you've been in a freaking truck forever. Holy crap. Yes, Geek, that's 2 weeks. Yeah, Wendy has too. You guys have been out forever. Like forever. Yeah, I bet you are. I bet you are. Now, Wendy, didn't I meet you? I think I met Wendy. Oh, okay. So, yeah, you went home for 20 days, too. Yeah, didn't you bust the U-turn, too? I think Seether's the one that busted the U-turn, too. Hoppy's around. What's up, Hoppy? No, there's no way in hell that's the actual rate on that load. There's no way. Rita, if it is, you tell them you're dropping it off at the next truck stop. They better send somebody to get it. Can you get crap? Hell, I don't know, Bones. That's a scary thought. Holy crap. Yeah, see? So Seether will probably tell you 50,000 miles is too much for two grown people to be in this little box unless you're married. It's hard. No matter how well you get along, no matter how smoothly things go, guys, there just comes a point where it's just too much. You're at your wit's end? Yeah, 30,000's a lot. Hey, I mean, so yeah, 30,000's it, guys. I mean, look, I've gotten along with all my students. Okay? All of them. Me and Brown had an incident where we exchanged words. Me and Stefan had an incident where we exchanged words. Me and Cedric never did, ever. Me and my brother didn't, but he got on my nerves. Me and Greg never did. Me and David did once. So, and they weren't bad. I mean, it was handled like adults. You know what I'm saying? We said what we said, and then we talked about it later and moved on from it. But it's not because we don't like each other. It's just because you spend so much time together, You get on each other's damn nerves. You just do. It's just the way it is. Yeah, you want to kill each other. You're right, Debbie. You're right. You know? What's going on, Alex? Now, Geek, I took it home time with all of my students except for Greg. Me and Greg took no home time at all. At all. Neither one of us. We did the whole thing. Matter of fact, when Greg got his license transferred back to Georgia, we didn't even do home time. We stopped at the DMV in Valdosta, and I parked the truck across the street. He went and got it done, got back in, and we kept riding. So me and Greg took zero home time. Greg was probably one of my fastest students ever. I picked up Greg like July 11th, and he was completely done with 30,000 with PSD and TNT in like 8 weeks flat. It was quick. $300 miles. You're about right, Hoppy. That's about it. Look, hey, me and Chad Rich are like brothers. I think there's no way in hell me and him could ride a truck together. If we could, we would be teaming right now, killing it. All right, that's just the truth. That's just the truth. Yeah, hey, Wendy, that happens a lot. You know, and it's a couple things. It could be a couple things. It could be a new trainer who just feels, yeah, I'm strong. Or it could be a trainer who's been training a super long time. And I've noticed that trainers who have been training a long time, so they've been training a couple years at least, they're hard as nails. Because they just don't ever want it to get to any kind of friendship, or they don't ever want that student to get too comfortable in their truck. Trucking Geek now? It's a long time, bud. It's 4.5 months, 5 months. Yes, Either. I'm glad you made it though, buddy. I tell everybody, trucking ain't for everybody, all right? Trucking is not easy. I promise you. Trucking is not just about dragging a truck down the highway and dropping it off, man. It's a lot more to it. A lot more to it than that, guys. Alan, I don't know. They haven't been really getting them in. I'll just be honest with you. They've had a few here and there, but they really haven't been getting in the Pete's. They've mainly been getting in Freightliners and Internationals right now. I mean, you can wait for one, I think. I don't know, though. I don't know how many people they got waiting. I will tell you guys, if you go in there, okay, especially for you guys who are upgrading, because there's quite a few of you tonight in here. If you go in there and you tell them, I only want a Freightliner, okay? Be prepared once they start offering you trucks, because what they're doing is they're stopping pay. They're saying, okay, you got offered a truck, you turned it down, there's nothing wrong with it. You're saying you only want a Freightliner. You know, go back to the hotel, we'll call you when we have them, but we're not paying you while you wait. Oh, Austin, you'd really hate the Pete then, the turning radius on the Pete. My turning radius sucks. Sucks. Yeah, that's one thing I like about Prime for the women. We have so many female drivers here. Y'all can just lean the shit on each other. Emily Slaughter's down in Springfield right now herself, so she's there as well. Wendy, when you get there, find her. She'd be a good one to talk to. Look, you guys just, they're there for each other. Prime is very much a family, and That's the one thing I've been told, starting to get told by people is, it's like me and Chad and David and Kiana, it's like we're building a network of family amongst us, and I really like that. I really like that. Hey John, you gonna lease a lightweight or you gonna be a company driver? I'm just curious about that. But Brown wanted a lightweight. They didn't have any. They gave him a full-size International. He wanted a lightweight. How you doing, guys? I can't imagine going nowhere else. It's very much my family here. Look, I could go somewhere and make more money. All right, that's the reality. I've got 13 years experience. I could find a job where I can make more money, okay? But I don't know if I could find the atmosphere. John, you'll get a truck. If they're John, when they bring you in, which I don't know when they'll do that. You may have your 30,000, but Brown had to go to almost 38. Remember that, John. Brown went to almost 38,000. Because they had to put his name, they had to wait for the truck to come in. So all that comes into play. With Prime Media. You know what it is, Alex? Is for the most part, like most of the people who work here don't hate it here. All right. Like, okay, so when I worked at the other company, when I would go to the yard, which was in Jackson, Mississippi, all you would hear at the terminal was nothing but bitching and complaining, all right, about the company. That's all you would hear about. If you go to Springfield, that's not what you hear. You see people sitting around playing pool, hanging out, bullshitting, having dinner together, making plans to go out to, Fire and Ice or out to the Chinese restaurant down the road. You don't hear them bitching and complaining, all right? You might hear them bitching and complain about the truck being in the shop, but you're not going to hear them bitch and complain about they don't make no money here. Exactly, John. You don't hear it. You don't hear it, and that's what people don't understand. So what happens is there are people out there, some of them may be watching right now, working at other companies, who have went and read the few bad experiences someone had online, right? So they went and read those few bad experiences and said, oh man, I can't go to work there. Every company out there has bad experiences written up online somewhere, okay? You can Google any freaking trucking company in America and you're gonna find some negative writings about them. That's just reality. That's the day and age we live in. People are going to do that. But I promise you, the atmosphere of Prime is nothing like I've seen anywhere else or heard about being anywhere else. Nothing like it. What's my thoughts on world peace? Come on, Cam. You know I don't get into that. If you've watched my channel, you know I don't talk about that. Right, Rita? How do I get in that group? I tried contacting them. Nothing, broke my heart. I feel alone as a female. It's been very hard. Engineer in my past life. What group, Debbie? You talking about? I need to find out what Debbie's talking about. Correct. See, Hoppy, tell you, Hoppy's been around a little bit. Hoppy's not new to the game. Not at all. Hey, John, I love it. I love the transmission in this truck. I love the downhill assist, or the descent assist. See, there's another one. 4 years, been a great experience. Hey, this is not a bad place to be at all. And that's why I'm here. You know, that's just the way I feel about it. Even if you just want to become a company driver, if you're working company somewhere else, you want to come here and be a company driver, I'm telling you, it's going to be an overall better experience for you. Well, Houston, you got a good job. I don't know where you're working. I don't know if you're here or not. It doesn't sound like it based on that. But, hey, Rita, of course Highway Diamonds is doable. Look, any female driver at Prime is a Highway Diamond. Do we have dedicated routes to Wisconsin? You'd have to call a recruiter on that, Grits, because I don't know. Hey Debbie, wait till you upgrade, because you're not an A-seat driver. Become an A-seat driver, and then you'll be fine. Yeah, Grits, you'll have to call Dustin Hensley tomorrow. Ask him about it, because I don't know. I don't know what kind of. You gotta remember, guys, I've been training. I've been team driving for right at a year, or over a year now. So I'm not totally in the loop of if we have any dedicated lanes or anything like that. Oh, Debbie's still up for 7 months. And Debbie, you can't get an answer from the Highway Diamonds group? You have a problem. We need to get that fixed. Email me, Debbie. Yeah, email me. I'm going to take care of you. So Jeremy's coming next Monday. Yeah, Travis, exactly. People don't necessarily get it. If you're people don't believe. Hello, Miss Harmony. People don't believe how much money you can make at Prime. It's just the way it is, and that's fine. With that camera focusing again. That's the only thing I don't like about my Galaxy is the focus on it's terrible. If you don't work at Prime or around Prime drivers or do a lot of research, like we have a lot of you did a lot of research before you came to Prime. If you don't do that, you don't understand what it's like being here. This is an amazing place to be, in my opinion. That's my experience here. Have we had people who have had bad experiences at Prime? Absolutely. Prime is not perfect. There are people who have slipped through the cracks. There's been issues that haven't been handled properly, probably. Stuff has happened, all right? But overall, those are very few, all right? Those are the few, not the many, all right? What's the average miles you run at Prime? Keegan, we don't get paid by miles, so honestly, I don't even care about miles. We get paid percentage. I get paid 72%. So when I'm solo, I usually do between, $4,500 and I don't know, $6,000 in revenue a week. I can care about miles. I can tell you it's never a lot though. I've done 2,023 miles this week. There's 2 days left in payroll. And I'm at $3,800 in revenue. Grits, that's coming again. They're about to open some stuff up. So Houston was a flatbed driver here. Yeah, look, flatbed division is rough. Tanker division is rough. So those are both kind of rough. Hey, Keegan, if I had to guess, I'd say 2,300 as a solo operator. Probably average 23, 25, something like that. But we don't get paid by the mile, so. Absolutely, Matt. Yeah. Yeah, you do. Not only that, but you got to do 60,000 instead of 50. If you have a CDL Class A, you come to Prime, but you have zero experience, you got to do 60,000 miles. Hey, Ryan, I'm talking about the my biggest thing out here is the fluctuation in freight. So like right now, flatbed's killing it right now. All right, it's summertime. Everybody's building, construction's going on. Yeah, Harmony, send me an email. Do the whole thing. My email is crazybags357@gmail.com. Or Debbie, you can just DM me on Instagram. Just give me something with a truck number, and I'll get it to the right person. Beautiful country, Fort Leonard is nice, yeah. Missouri's a nice area, man. Just in general. Guys, I gotta grab vape juice. I'm not going far, don't worry. I'm not going far. I just need some vape juice. And guys, hey, when you guys are filling out your apps, man, put a reference down. All right? Take a few minutes, guys. Get a driver code or a truck number or something and get someone down as a reference. All right? It's nothing out of your pocket. You know, whoever you've watched the most on YouTube. I don't care who it is. I don't care if it's David H., Junior Honduras, Chad Rich, Kiana, myself. Just get somebody on there, man. Show us a little love. Trust me, we don't get a lot. We don't get a lot for it. We get a little bit. We don't get a lot. But we do get a little something for it. Bought a pack of cigarettes. Yeah, you better get a new vape. Yeah, guys, don't forget. Yeah, if you quit, do not forget you have to still keep up your medical in order to keep your CDL, guys, now. All right, that's new. Oh, look at this. Bobby's on. What's going on, Bobby? Prisoner, how are you? Oh, shit, Bones. I hope they never find nothing like that out there on the highway. That'd be crazy. Yeah, camera, it does. Yeah, it's got sit-up space up top. I've got the Ultra Loft. I don't have that little one. Yeah, I don't have the mid-roof. I have the condo up there. Yeah, my Peterbilt's is the Ultra Loft. It's the condo model. Bobby, it's really nice. I'll just be honest. It's really nice. Yeah, Jeremy, I would. Yeah, dude, I am. I feel good. I don't mind running. Oh, it's nice, man. My stress level is way down. Yes, Wendy, you would have to have your own medical insurance. I mean, you don't have to have it, but you're not going to get it through the company like you are as a TNT. Looks like the bridge on the Enterprise. I love this truck. I absolutely love it. Brown told everybody last night he misses it. You know, Brown got to drive with me for a while. Bobby, if you've ever been to this Sherwood Foods in Maple Heights, it's a shithole. That's where I'm at. It's a little bitty box in the middle of a neighborhood. You like got to pass houses on the way here. Ray, I don't know. You have to call a recruiter on that. If it's just a refresher, I don't know. And Ray, it depends on how long you've been out. Jeff, it's exceeding my expectations. So, exceeding my expectations. Even at 65 miles an hour, I'm getting well over 8 miles of the gallon. So, all right, Harmony. I'll be watching for it. How many months are we talking to get your 60? I would say 4 months. That really depends on the trainer. I'll just be honest with you. It really depends on the trainer. Because some of our trainers don't go home when they have a student. So, I mean, it goes a little faster. It goes a little faster. All right. What's going on, Jack? Been hung, average, or heavy? I don't know. I've only been solo for like a week, so it's hard for me to really tell right now. So, Michael, come prepared. Get CDL prep. And be prepared to pass the permit test. All right. That's the number one thing. Get that permit test out of the way. Get your permit so you can get that 14-day counter ticking, guys. The quicker you can get that permit, the quicker you can get your CDL. I'm going to try to get this camera to focus in real good. There we go. The quicker you can get your permit, the quicker you can get your CDL, and the quicker you can start getting paid to be here. Okay? The minute you can get out of the school part of the training, the quicker you start putting money in your pocket, right? So how do you get out of the school part quicker? Come prepared for it. All right? Missouri requires you to have that permit for 14 days. You can test on the 15th. All right? Come prepared that on Tuesday morning you can pass your freaking permit. So 2 weeks from the next day, which is Wednesday, you can be freaking testing. Correct, Bobby. I agree with you. I've always had my students get home time. But I'm just saying there are trainers out there who do not do home time. Hey, Ryan, you decide when you want to go home and you decide for how many days. Just remember the truck payment is still going to add up. All right? Truck payment is due every week, so you're going to go negative if you're not running. So if you go home for an entire pay week, you're home every day of the pay week, you're going to owe all your fixed costs still. So when you come out, you're going to owe that back. Just remember that. Grits, no. Because you're going to be testing in the state of Missouri. Well, see, it depends on where you're from, Grits. You have to call a recruiter, but depending on where you live, depending on what terminal you go to, yeah, so like Bobby said, it depends on the state. So I don't know where you're from. So you'd have to just call a recruiter. Florida? No, as far as I know, you would have to get a permit in Missouri. Jack says if you're from Illinois, you got to have a permit. I think he knows that firsthand. And that's, see, Travis has got the right idea, guys. Use your emergency fund. And I know, Austin, I did not. I'll go back up. There's a lot going on tonight. I've been meaning to ask you, what do you do when they load you? You up too heavy on a... And the tandems. Well, Austin, if you're at the shipper, you just have them fix it. You always go back to the customer and get it fixed. That's all. Yeah, it does depend on where you live. Yeah, you can start there, Austin, but if you're already in the back, if you're already in the yard, just go to the shipping office. Should be a shipping office right there somewhere. But if you can't find nobody, yeah, you can go to the guard shack. And they can point you in the right direction. Some places you actually do report to the guard shack for that. I'm trying to think of who I had. I think it was Stefan. We were overweight. Yeah, we were overweight at Shaw in Georgia. And we had to get the whole load reworked. Yeah, free truck payments are nice. So, once you've been with Prime, if you've been leasing a truck through Success Leasing for 2 years, every year you get a free truck payment. It's not deferred, it's free. It goes away completely. So that's nice. Basically, they're allowing you to take a week's vacation without having fixed cost. Alan, I'm loving it. I'm loving it. I love it. So Bobby put 15 in his emergency, used his free truck payment, spent 2 weeks at home. Smart man. That's a good question. I don't know the answer to that. I know they have some videos on it you can watch. They have some videos you can watch, Mammy. So I know they got videos. Oh, they send you through a class on the reefer when you upgrade? Good. Good. Like, when I first started trucking in 2006, I was with FFE's dry box division. It was called American Eagle Lines. We pretty much hauled exclusively Johnson & Johnson, basically. We had sometimes we had to pick up a broker load to get back somewhere. But they sold that entire division off to Celadon in 2000. When did they sell that off? 2011, 2012, something like that. I don't remember exactly when. But they sold that whole division off to Celadon. And hell, it might have been before then. Anyhow, they just, one day I come into the yard and they're like, drop your dry box trailer in the back and bring your truck back up here. So I bring my truck back up here and they're ripping the decals off of it. The American Eagle decals. And they're like, hey, you need to go in the office. I need to talk to you. And I was thinking, oh shit. And they kept so many of the drivers and just transferred them. And I was one of them they kept. And they just like, hey, we're just switching you over to the reefer division. And I was like, okay, I guess. And so I walked back out and they gave me my first load. And I just hooked to the trailer and leave. No one ever showed me how to run the reefer. I didn't know how to turn the damn thing on, but I figured it out. It took a little bit, but I figured it out. No, Matt, they did not. They got a couple of Kenworths, but I don't know what's the deal with them. I don't know the story behind them. They say operated by Prime Inc. on the side box, the little side door. They say operated by Prime Inc., but I don't know why they're here or who has them. I don't know if they're special ordered. I don't know the story behind them. Jeff, that's because their bullpen sucks. Their bullpen gave up 19 runs in 10 innings this weekend in 2 games versus the Yankees out in England. They're playing at Wimbledon, England Stadium, whatever. Jeff, they gave up 19 runs in 10 innings. Come on, man. Side door and 5-digit numbers mean owner-op. Yeah, so that's probably what it is, though. It's probably an owner-op then. But it says operated by Prime Inc., so that kind of threw me off. No, Ryan, I answered that. It's completely up to you. You decide how often you want to go home. You decide how many days. Like I said, just remember your truck payment's still due. Have I heard opinions on the Volvos yet? They have a Volvo group in Facebook, and there's some guys in there that really love their Volvo. And so I don't want to like squash their feelings or nothing. But because according to them, the Volvos are the next, the greatest thing since sliced bread. Because they haven't had a problem out of theirs. The issue is they only got like 20 or 25 of them. And they've had enough problems out of some of them that they don't like it. Because the shop time is too long. Look, Josh Keaty needed a freaking latch. Okay? A latch. for a cabinet. It took 4 frickin' days to get a latch for a cabinet from Volvo. That's ridiculous. Oh, Mammy, Arizona, huh? Mammy from Arizona. Yeah, Travis, you are correct. You do get hooked on that big money coming in. Oh, okay. Yeah, that's what it was, though. Oh, yeah. No. Latch warning buzzer on all 5 days. It's funny, too, because it was just for a cabinet, and he couldn't drive because every time he drove, the cabinet came flying open, everything come flying out. If you want the super big money, yeah, you need to train. All right, Geek, have a good one. Yeah, the $250,000 a year stuff, that's in training. I mean, I don't think you could make that much. I mean, I suppose you could, but shoot, you'd never go home and always have a TNT student. You couldn't do that through PSD. You'd have to do TNT only. Like if I TNT'd from January 1st to December 31st, TNT'd only, and had a student the entire time, I could probably clear 200 grand in 1 year. Yeah, I believe I could. I believe I could. I do believe I could. Like I said, I've got other things going on. I may make some changes to what I'm doing in the future, but of course it'll still be here at Prime. Hey Austin, I can't do that because I'm in a walkaway lease. You can't have more than one truck leased here if it's a walkaway lease. Debbie, probably not. It depends on your fleet manager. Some of them do both, some of them don't. No, I do not, Austin. Oh, yeah, Prime does, yes. It requires a down payment. So Cameron does TNT only. So he's probably killing it if he keeps a student all the time. If he takes big breaks in between, he just does it for a little shot in the arm. My student will be with me for a year. No, he won't, Bobby. Yeah, the Loves does, but good luck getting a spot. You're probably going to have to park at the Pilot, or the Petro, and probably have to pay. Oh, Bobby, you're going to kill it then. Bobby, you're going to kill it to keep him. You're going to do real well. You're going to have a good year, man. Bobby's going to buy a new house. Bobby's going to buy a new house at the end of the year, guys. We're going to have a housewarming party at Bobby's down there in Florida. Yeah, with cash, right? That Loves isn't very big. Guys, most Loves are small. Hey, Will, almost every Loves you go to, the parking lot is tiny as shit. I couldn't handle a student the whole year. I had a student the whole year this past year. It's too much for me. I'm ready to rip my hair out of my head. And I had good students. I mean, the reality of it is, if I look back over all my students, I had good students. I didn't have any bad students. All of my students started or completed training. Every one of them. I had no students quit in the middle. Cedric's the only one that I didn't do like a whole thing of training because he came from another trainer. He come off another truck and they asked me to finish him up right after Christmas. Well, I picked him up before Christmas. Took him home for Christmas. I went home for Christmas. And then we went out and finished his training. Got done January, I don't remember, 12th, 15th, 16th, something like that. So, shoot, you see more than 12. There's 12 right here where my finger is. Any gray on the sides is from my students. Any gray on the top is from my family. Yeah, Cameron, they've been having a problem. People are having to wait for students. Any in Pennsylvania. If you're going to... Hey, Will, leave the truck in Pittston, man. Have someone come pick you up in Pittston if you're going to be gone that long. And that way you don't even have to worry about it. Did they? Oh, wow. Yeah. So he needed a PSD part refresher then. Oh yeah, Will, I forgot. That's right. Will's over at England. Shit. Yeah, that wouldn't be very smart. Hey, England's got to have a drop yard somewhere in Jersey, man. I would think. I would think CR England's got to have a drop yard somewhere. That's nice of you. Like, if I had a long-term student, I would do that too. I would pay them extra based on how the truck did. I did not do that with any of my regular students. I paid for some meals, stuff like that, but I didn't like hand them money. Now I will say this, the students I had who didn't have their CDL, like David Brewer, Trifecta, I paid for his CDL. And that's like $80, guys. And I bought him dinner. My brother, I paid for his CDL, even though he didn't Trifecta. I paid for his CDL. I bought a lot of food, paid for a lot of meals, stuff like that. That's mainly what I always do. Go shopping at Walmart, put it all in one cart, just pay the whole bill. My brother's doing good. Yeah, Bobby, that was nice of you. You basically doubled his pay. That's really cool of you. Yeah, my brother's doing really good. He's out here getting it. I talked to him yesterday morning. We exchanged a bunch of texts. And he was... I don't remember where he was going now. He's in the Northeast, though. He picked up a load at Tropicana in New Jersey. And it was going like 100 miles and paid like $561 or something. So he was happy. Yeah, Bobby, it's my baby brother. He'll be 40 this year. He's 39. So he came here in September. He upgraded in December. He got his own truck in December. He's been here. He's been riding solo since then. So... yeah, he was real happy. He sent me a message that said, is it normal for a load to pay over $5 a mile? I said, no, but it must not be going very far. He said, no, it's only going 100 miles. I said, well, I said, it's not that it pays $5 a mile. I said, you're just getting a minimum pay for the region, for that area of the country. Therefore, for you, it's coming out to $5 a mile. He's like, okay, that makes sense. Because Prime has a minimum charge, okay? So, like, if we pick a load up in New Jersey, they have a minimum charge. Hey, Prime, I think, won't pay any. Yeah, exactly, Bobby. If you're picking up at a customer, I don't think it pays less than that. Now, if you're repowering a load or taking a second leg of a load or something, you can get stuff that pays less. But for the most part, everything's paid really well. So my biggest paying load ever was $560 something, and I went 56 miles, 57 miles, something like that. I picked up in Kennesaw, Georgia, and delivered to Publix just outside of Atlanta. So those are always nice loads. I love those loads. I hope I get one tomorrow. Give me one right here out of Cleveland. Send me back to Worcester to pick up a load that comes back up here to Sherwood or something. I'm doing good, Rosemary. How are you? Too chicken shit to do it, Bobby? Yeah, now I'm trying to remember. Hey, Bobby, are you the one that came here from Stevens? I can't remember if Bobby's the one that came here from Stevens or not. Okay. Trying to remember. There's somebody that came here from Stevens I talked to. He watched my channel for a while, like late last year. Like October, November last year, when I first started doing lives and stuff. And then he came here, and I can't remember who it is, but he was killing it. He'd been with Stevens a while. But it was like his second check. It wasn't even his first check, because your first check, your truck payment's deferred. His first check was good. But his second check, he sent me a message, or talked to me in a live and said, like, his second check was like 3 weeks worth of pay from Stevens. Hey, I was working out this morning at the Flying J. People were looking at me. I did it outside my truck. People were looking. Other Prime drivers were even looking at me. Bones, we get paid percentage. We don't get cent per mile, buddy. Not as lease operators. Company trainers do, but I couldn't tell you how the hell those are. Thank you, Bobby. I appreciate that. I couldn't tell you how the company trainers are paid, but it is by mileage, and it is cent per mile. But it's not split 50-50. The students get 14 cents a mile, minimum $700 a week in TNT. All right, Debbie, have a good night. They don't make a percentage of my percentage votes. Yes, Chris, yes. I did have to buy the active trucker phase 1 and 2. Absolutely, I did. Dale, stay tuned. Stay tuned. Because I hear they're getting ready to pick the peach off the tree again. You just have to give them a little time here. No, Bones, they get 14 cents a mile, minimum $700. So, yeah, Chris, you buy the truck, active truck order phase 1 and 2, and Chronometer. There's an app called Chronometer. It's $2.99. You get it as well. Bobby, I do not. Bobby, off the top of my head, I want to say no. I'm just going to say no. So the 700 minimum comes out to 486. After taxes, if you have child support or anything like that, And after taxes, yes, you do not get 700. You get 700 gross pay, and they take your taxes out and any kind of child support, alimony, anything like that that comes through for court orders. They take all that out. Then the lady's getting it. Okay, so I think what Alan's basically saying is really a TNT trainer company gets no additional pay. They just get paid for all the miles, including the students' miles. Well, technically, Jack, the school phase is PSD, and you don't get paid for that phase. So technically, no, because our PSD phase you do not get paid during. The first couple of weeks you don't draw a check because you're in the student phase. You're in the school stage. Michael, probably Pittston, PA, but I'm not positive on that. Depends on how backed up they are. But people who live way up northeast like that, they try to bring them into Pittston. But if Pittston's just really backed up and have too many people on the books, they will send you to Missouri. Rosemary, go online and fill out an application and call a recruiter. There you go. Put my referral code down. Holy crap. What's going on, Adrian? Where the hell you been, man? How's your training going? I ain't seen Adrian in a while, guys. I'm vaping the same thing I was vaping last night. Mouth-watering watermelon strawberry hard candy. And it will not focus on it, of course. But, like I said, that's the one thing I don't like about this Android. Rosemary, I don't have answers to questions like that. You're like I said, you're going to have to fill out an application and call a recruiter. No, Jack, I do not smoke cigarettes. No, I haven't had to change the coil yet, Chris. Put down bones. Need to make up for this. So prisoners hoping to upgrade tomorrow. Did they bring you? The list comes out on Wednesday. Were you on the list last Wednesday, prisoner? No, Adrian, that sucks. Sorry, bud. That's rough. That's rough. Gosh, that sucks. Hell yeah, because you should be like done because you were in orientation when I did the Three Musketeers video. I remember that. I remember meeting you. Yeah, if you don't have you have to have a regular driver's license for a minimum of 1 year. Yeah, that's what. There you go, Adrian. That's the right attitude. It's a good way to look at it. Just a little more experience for you. Yeah, then you should be brought in. And Bobby, that means it wasn't expensive. If he tore up someone's yard and didn't have to do 10,000 extra miles to help pay for it, it means it wasn't expensive. Chris, my phone does, but it does do it on my watch as well. And what I like about it is the watch automatically keeps track of my heartbeat and everything and uploads it to the workouts on the app. So having a watch connected to your device, whether it be an Android watch or an Apple Watch or even a Fitbit, you can connect to the app. All those are a big help in this driver health and fitness thing. Hey John, I don't know which state you're in, but you may want to call your state. They may give it back to you by just getting your medical card. So I know a lot of states you can just get if you let your CDL go, you can get it back by just getting a DOT physical done. This is the big flood. Alan, one of them's closed down. One of the pilots or Flying J's burned to the ground. Al, I don't recommend a GPS unit because I don't have one. I use the navigation on the Qualcomm. That's all I use, and I use it mainly for like the last mile. You know, just from the interstate to the customer and back. That's it. As far as interstate routes, it's all up here. Yeah, the Qualcomm is king because our Qualcomm, the way it's built, the way the routes are built, it takes you to the truck gate of your customers. It's much more than just sending you to an address. I don't have one. I don't have one. I gotta find a water. Ugh. Drink me a water before I go to bed tonight. How do you know if there is air leaking? I heard air coming from it. Hey Will, when you say from the tractor, you mean the brakes on the dashboard? Adrian, what do you mean? I hope Adrian's joking. Like, you guys don't plan out where you're going to get fuel and everything in advance, but like before your trip starts? Like Brian will tell you, Stefan will even tell you. They knew in advance where we were buying fuel, how many gallons we were buying, everything. Yeah, correct. Yeah, a lot of companies don't have that. Will, you got a problem then. Okay, so you do the macro 27. Okay. I mean, everybody's different. Adrian, honestly, when you're teaming, that's pretty much all you have to do. When you're team driving and training, all you pretty much have to do is just know where you're getting fuel, because you're not worried about parking. You know, is there more? Well, when you're solo, you have to do more because you have to plan stopping each night, right? You have to know, how far am I going to make it today? Where do I need to go ahead and find parking? What time am I going to be there? Because if I'm not going to be there until midnight, I need to go ahead and find me a spot where I can, a place where I can reserve a spot now, and pay for it, so I have guaranteed parking when I get there. So I paid for parking the other night, didn't even use it, right? I paid for a spot in Maryland, in Hagerstown at the Pilot, didn't even use it. Yeah, there's a lot more things. Yeah, well, that's true, Bobby. Yeah, you guys should be planning out where you're going to switch drivers and all that. There are different things you could still be planning together. Make a video of trip planning. I may work on that. I'm telling you, it's hard for me because I just my brother tells me I'm the best GPS on the market. He's told me that on multiple occasions. My brother will call me if he's going somewhere and be like, hey, do you know, or can you tell me where the closest truck stop is to this or that or this? And I just know it. Correct, Travis. Yeah, it tells us how much we should buy, where we should buy it for, like the cheapest route, cheapest price, and all that. Sorry, guys, I gotta take a pill. I'm getting ready for bed. It's getting close to time. I have a method, but it's just natural. I just do it. Getting back into OTR. This ain't a bad place to be. Prime is not a bad place to be. Now, see, Alan, when I go to Atlanta, I trip plan so that I don't have to be in Atlanta, right? So if I'm delivering in Atlanta, I don't stay in Atlanta. I stay somewhere else, and I get up early in the morning and I drive into Atlanta. The Rolling Atlas, yeah. I mean, it just happens. This happens. Hey, those pills changed my life. That's reality. I had super high blood pressure and didn't even know it at first. But those pills changed my life. Correct. I stay in Cartersville or Dalton or something like that and drive down. Or I'm coming up from the south. There's a couple different places I'll stay. It just all depends. A lot of different things go on. But the thing is, a lot of our customers have parking. Bobby will tell you. Anybody who works at Prime will tell you, a lot of our customers will let you park there. No, it's a blood pressure pill. Bobby, I didn't either. I had never been there before. I have the code for it, but I've never been there before. Was it all right? I mean, I stayed at the Denver Yard a few times. I'll utilize the Denver yard when I go to Denver, because the only thing left in Denver is the TA. That's it. The TA and the Sapp brothers. Dark steering wheel with potholes. That sounds like the Dallas yard. Oh yeah, we go to Greensboro area a lot, Al. We got a lot of freight goes in North Carolina, especially right there around Greensboro. A lot of freight. Guys, Prime has freight everywhere. Don't get out of this truck. Be in a bottle. Yeah, there's some places you're better off never getting out of your truck if you don't have to. It's just the reality of it. It just is. It's a lot better that way. Tons of freight to Dallas. Freight to Dallas, through Dallas, around Dallas. We got so much freight in Texas, we have a Texas regional. That's right, always run a macro to make sure. And yeah, oh yeah, Roy. No, Will, I wouldn't recommend that. Texas is a consumer state. They make some stuff there too, though. Travis says miserable. East St. Louis, yeah. See, it's going to be so different for me running solo again, because that's something I haven't had to worry about, right? Bobby tell you too. When you're training, you don't have to worry about parking that much. You can be picky about it, because you've always got somebody with time on a clock. You know, you've always got somebody who technically can drive. Yeah, Will, they'll tow you out of a rest area. They sure will. Not all of them, but they will. Hunts Point, yeah. Get this way, stakes on me. Al, I get through everywhere. I mean, I've been, how far? I've been all the way up to Maine, been to Florida solo. I've been to, I'm trying to think, I went to Portland solo once. Yeah, I even went to Portland, as far west as Portland solo. Just doesn't happen very often. Solo mainly stays east of 35. And every now and then you'll get a Denver or Cheyenne. Hell yeah, it's boring sometimes. Very boring. But I mean, I've found ways to do stuff like YouTube, Instagram. You know, I mean, I do stuff. I got the DirecTV in here. It's Alan. That's in Aurora. But yeah, there's a Flying J, but it's in Aurora. They got a Love's out that way too. Yeah, Cali solo doesn't happen very often, but it does happen to some people. David went out there a couple times as a company driver. Hey, Will, if you did that, I would definitely contact him. I would definitely go inside and talk to the manager. Hi, Miss Joyce. How are you? Had to leave because of blood pressure. I take pills, Odom. I take pills. Will, where the heck do you live? That you like literally have no parking, and England doesn't have anything around there. Yeah, Flying J in Aurora it's a crap hole. I have, that's right, Johnny. Johnny is right. I always have Judy. I always have Judy. I ain't never alone. I tell you guys, man, I went to bed last night. Shit, I passed out. Oh, my T-Mobile works really good out there, but it's not on T-Mobile. It's on Colorado Wireless or something. What blade size? Bones, I don't know, but I think 3.5 inches is what comes to mind. 3.5 inch blade, I think, is what you can have. And that's the blade part of it. But there's also a limit on the stock part too. So you'd have to look it up. When you're driving, how much do you talk on the phone? I have to charge my headset every night, Vapes. Clarence, I don't know the answer to that question, buddy. Prime is always evaluating the different model trucks to see if they can fit within our fleet. That is the company man answer, okay? That's the best I can give you. It's the best I can give you is the company guy answer. And that is, Prime is always evaluating every model truck to see if they can fit within our fleet. But they did talk about getting some Kenworths this summer and testing them. I don't know if they're actually doing that or not, because I heard they were not. But they originally were going to. Originally. The Freightliners, yeah, they are. But let's just be honest. I'll be honest with you. They're the roughest freaking ride, in my opinion. You know, the Freightliners are the roughest ride, but they do get the best fuel mileage and have proven to be the most dependable trucks in the fleet. I've had 2 Freightliners here. I put 180,000-ish miles on each of them, and very, very, very little shop time on either of them. Very little shop time on either of them. And the first one I wrecked. The first one was totaled out, had to be rebuilt. And it still ran like a champ afterwards. Matter of fact, that first one I had 183,000 on it, I think, and I don't think it was ever in the shop, other than for APU issues, and they had a lot of APU issues. I don't think they're trying to steer new drivers to Team Black, but they're not against it. So what do you do when you hit a deer with the truck? Well, you pull over, check for damage, take pictures. If you get pictures of the dead deer, that would, or an injured deer or something, that would be really good for you to have. Take pictures, immediately call in, report the accident, because it is an accident. Even though it's a deer, it's still considered an accident. But it's a non-preventable, guys. So as long as you call it in, make sure you call it in. It doesn't go on your record, but they have to keep track of it. And then if you're a lease operator, you have to pay your deductible to get anything fixed. If you're a company driver, they will route you somewhere to get you fixed. If the truck's not drivable, they will get you a tow truck. Yeah, I have Blue Parrot. My headset's Blue Parrot. Correct. That is what's going on. Yeah. So freight has not been nothing like it was last year. And we have a whole lot of good freight coming out of California. That's all team freight. And so yeah, so right now Prime does prefer to have a lot of teams. And let me take this really quick. Hey, let me call you back in just a couple minutes, okay? I'm on a live. All right, bye. So Prime does prefer to have freight teams for freight, because that's where the money is right now. Get the Deere's insurance information. Yeah, things will pick up again. When they get all this taken care of, things will pick back up. Now I would tell you though, next year, I would expect next year to be fairly slow. It is an election year. Everybody's kind of going to be on the ropes. And I don't care what side you're on. I think it's going to be a pretty tight election. So I think things will be pretty wild. So I would expect freight to be about like this next year. So yeah, I have a Blue Parrot 4500. Yeah, I think it's gonna be pretty crazy too, Bobby. All right, guys, it's been over 2 hours, so I'm gonna go. All right, y'all take care. Be safe out there. Be smart. You know, find the place you can be successful, even if it's not Prime. Make sure it fits for you. All right, guys. Again, I can't say that enough. Do your research. Be smart about your choices. All right. Be very, very smart about it. All right. If you can talk to drivers from companies, do it. It's in your best interest to do that. Don't forget to give me a thumbs up. After this video uploads, go back in, do a Rich Bags 2020 in the comments. We are giving away those 3 shirts at the end of July. To get into it, all you got to do is be a subscriber of my channel and Chad Rich, and then like our videos and comment in the videos. Rich Bags 2020. Sorry, man. I've been out for like 2 hours and 17 minutes, so I'm gonna call it. So shiny side up, rubber side down, guys. Be safe, and I'll see y'all out there somewhere.